Hello, everyone. Jaime from CantinaMX Football Podcast. We're back with another Panini sticker unboxing. In case you missed the first one, make sure to check it out. In that episode, we got a lot of Swedish players. Sweden is on page... Where is Sweden? 52. As you can see, Sweden was the most popular. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This time around, I have a pretty special unboxing. I got this canister, which was the only thing available. Literally the only thing available at my Walgreens. I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be to get stickers. You know, I got lucky the day I went to Walgreens and they had a bunch. And I guess that was just a one-off because since then, these have been really, really hard to get. Honestly, this is a pretty good value. You get 20 stickers, the album, and I believe a trading card. The packets are $2. And so this entire thing was $45, which again, not a bad deal because you get 20. So you're already paying $40 there, and then you get the album. So I already have an album, so I will probably give this away. Plus you get this really cool canister. But yeah, that's all they had left. Let me know how your luck has been going with your Panini collection. For those that are new here, have never heard of Cantina, we exclusively cover the Mexican national team and the Mexican National League, Liga MX, in English. That is our niche. So we encourage you, if you're into that, to listen to us on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. We are a week into the World Cup. Today is Saturday. We're going to have some interesting matchups. I think Netherlands is going to kick things off later today. We've already had some eliminations. We've already had Haiti, unfortunately, eliminated yesterday, and Turkey, which was a big, big shocker to everybody. So let's take a look at this. I'm curious to know if this album's any different from the one that I already have. Oh, wow, this is hard to get out. This is the album, which I already have, and it looks exactly the same, except for the fact that it is warped a little bit. What else do we get in here? Got some packets. Ooh, hold on. Oh, and this is the trading card. It's just the World Cup. I'm probably just going to leave it unopened, honestly. If there's one thing I've learned about collecting is things are worth a lot more if they're still sealed. So we get a couple of styrofoam packets and the packs. Look at that. Pretty cool. One thing I've learned about these is that they are color coded. One of my good friends told me about that. So it's not just by position. I knew about these: purple's goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, forward, but also the background. Let's see if I have an example here. So blue is considered, like, I guess, uncommon compared to the white. It's kind of like Pokemon cards. You got like uncommon, common, and then like rare. I know that the ones with the black are the rarest, and if you pull one of those, do not stick it on. Put that in one of those trading card protectors and hold on to that baby. That might buy you a new house. So, yeah, if you get one of those, make sure that you hold on to it. This time we're gonna just open them, I guess, one by one. I didn't get any Mexican players on the last one, so I'm really hoping we get some in this one. And let me know who you're rooting for in the World Cup. All right, let's do the first one. Gotta bring it close to the mic. And we have Haiwan Woo Jo from Korea. And Mexico just played on Thursday. It was a very, very hard match to watch. Very tactical, very defensive. At least from the Mexican side, we were upset with how poorly the team played, how they failed to generate any offense. And despite that, if this is who I think it is, if he's the starting goalkeeper, he made a massive, massive mistake and is the reason why we won that game. He might not be the starter, but he might be. It's funny how he's the first one I pulled. Wait, let me make sure. Was he the starting goalkeeper? There's a 1, so maybe he's the backup goalkeeper. Yeah, he is the starter. I don't know. I'll have to confirm that. That's pretty crazy though if it is. We have another South African player, Siyabonga Negazana. Okay. Couple players from Group A. Haiti, who just got eliminated. France Perrault. Côte d'Ivoire, Evan Guisson, who beat this team. They beat Ecuador, Moises Caicedo. Ecuador off to a bad start in the group stage. Habib Diarra from Senegal. And we got a New Zealand player. Oh, no, sorry, Australian player. Guisini Yengi from Aberdeen FC. I might have this guy already. So not bad. A couple pools from Group A. I don't know if there's any pattern to the packets. I know they're supposed to be like random. I was watching a video on how the Panini books are made. And they do they try to make it random. Germany, Leon Goretzka, which I want to say I already have. Croatia, Ante Budimir, plays for Osasuna. Croatia lost their opening match to England 4-2. Whoo! Talk about timing. Naim Sliti. Oh, wait, this is Tunisia. Sorry. Is it Tunisia or Turkey? This might be Tunisia. I apologize. Very close. Scotland, Anthony Ralston. Ooh, Karim Adeyemi. He was one of my favorite wonder kids in FIFA a couple years ago. I loved picking him up and using him in my career mode. We are Paraguay, who had a very controversial game yesterday against Turkey. They went up 1-0 within the first minute, and then Almiron was red carded for the first time in World Cup history for covering his mouth, which is a new rule that was implemented for this World Cup to combat racist comments. Vinny was a victim of a lot of racial comments and slurs. So they implemented this rule where you cannot cover your mouth if you're talking shit. And look at that. Our first Mexicano, El Machín, Edson Alvarez, who had a phenomenal game against Korea. He was the captain. He stepped in for the red carded Cesar Montes as center back, and he looked really good. And good for him because he had a really rough time in Fenerbahce. But he is our first Mexican. All right. For those who don't know, I cover the Mexican national team as a professional photographer. It's hard to get into games, but when I do get into games here in the Bay Area, I go with my camera and take photos. And Edson Alvarez has his own photographer. I sat next to him, and all he does is take photos of Edson Alvarez, which is batshit crazy. I met him when they played in Oakland against Japan, and he was literally there to take photos of Edson. And as soon as Edson got subbed off, because I think he got injured early in the game, he stopped taking photos, which I thought was interesting. Let's see what we got here. Bosnia-Herzegovina. Nice. And we got Iraq. Another Suede. Daniel Svensson, which I want to say I already have. Okay, this is probably Turkey. Mert Mulder. Fenerbahce. Yeah. Turkey already eliminated. Embarrassing. Samuel Motusami. I don't know if it's Republic of Congo or Cabo Verde. I always mix them up. Anthony Langa, which I did pull already, a Swedish player. And Orkun Koku Beşiktaş from Turkey. I saw a tweet earlier today. It's like, I ordered my World Cup jersey for Turkey. Hasn't arrived yet, and they're already eliminated from the World Cup. That's rough. Let's see what we got here. Oh man, I'm really struggling. Okay. I think we got our first Englishman. Reece James. Plays for Chelsea. We got a Scotsman. Lewis Ferguson. Plays for Bologna. I think our first American, Mark McKenzie. Toulouse. It's hard for me to admit, but USA have been playing really well. Opening game against Paraguay was probably the best I've seen them in the World Cup. And then they also comfortably beat Australia. So they are through to the next round. Mexico and USA are the first two countries already qualified to the next round. We have a Swedish player by the name of Zeki Amundi. Plays for Burnley. The rules in this World Cup have changed, aside from covering your mouth and getting red carded. The break, or not, the tie break is head-to-head record. So some of these teams are already qualified because of that rule. Qatar, we have Hassan Al-Haidos. Ooh, Luis Enrique from Brazil. Nice. And another Scotsman, Lyndon Dykes, Birmingham City. I love the Scottish takeover in this World Cup for the fans. They've been having a blast. Boston ran out of alcohol, which is crazy. see what we got here. Croatian player Pita Sucic. I want to say I might already have him. We have Morocco or Maurecos Ayub Al-Kabi, Olympiacos. Morocco and Brazil tied 1-1. We have Serge Gnabry. I didn't know he was still on the national team. Bayern Munich for Germany. Wait a second. Oh, wow, dude. For a second, I thought they just made a mistake there. Come on, man. Come on. I want to say it's the same hair, and then they just swapped the face. Ismail Jacobs from Senegal. We got Amadou Onana from Belgium. I love Belgium. Shout out to Bruges. Orbelín Pineda. Another Mexican. All right. Orbelín plays in Greece for Athens. He used to play at Querétaro, Chivas, Cruz Azul. Then he made his leap to Europe. He actually was subbed in against Korea. Had a decent game. And Nahuel Molina, Atlético Madrid, Argentina. Which I hate with all my heart as a Mexican. That's one thing about Cantina that sets us apart is we don't hold back our bias. And we love to talk shit. Tchouaméni, Real Madrid, French player, extremely talented. And we have a badge for, I want to say this is Iran. Oh no, Algeria, sorry. This is Algeria. Another Scotsman, Grant Hanley. I think Scotland is winning this one right now. We got 4. And it's a blue background, which is nice. A little bit uncommon. Yannick Semedo from Curaçao, I think. Pretty sure that's Curaçao. Actually, this might be Capo Verde. Bilal El Kanouche from Maurecos, Stuttgart. Oh, we got another blue one there too. I forgot to call that out. Darwin Nunez plays in Al Hilal from Uruguay. And Hamadi Faithi from Egypt. I think this might be the first one from Egypt that I got. All right, guys. Not bad, not bad. Outro brasileiro, Lucas Paqueta. Brasil. Where are my Brazilian players at? I lost them. I know I have another one that I pulled earlier. Oh, right here. Uzbekistan. Ali Khonov. I don't know anything about Uzbekistan, but congrats on them making it to the World Cup. Rodrigo Bentancur from Uruguay. Plays for Tottenham. And this is a team badge. Federación Fútbol Corosu. I have no idea what country this is. CUW. Is it Curaçao? This might be Curaçao. I could be wrong. It looks very similar to Bosnia, like the background. Mohamed Modbi from Iran. Hopefully I'm saying it right. I know in America we say Iran, but I know it's not Iran, it's Iran. Another player from Iran, Ali Golatse. And another Frenchman, Adrien Rabiot. I'll never forget his banger of a goal in the 2018 World Cup. One of my favorites in that tournament. Wow. Let's see what we got here. Haitianos. Hannes Delacroix. Haiti. We got a Korean player. Taseok Lee. Ecuador. Alan Franco. Plays for Mineiro. In Brazil. David Raum. Leipzig. Germany. We are Ecuador. I don't know why. I feel like the quality of these stickers are not that great. At least not compared to like the first ones I pulled. I feel like these are not that great. We have Nawaf Bouchwal from Saudi Arabia. Oh, and we pulled another Mexicano, Luis Angel Malagon America, goalkeeper, who was injured and did not make the roster. It allowed Memo Ochoa to sneak in. One thing I learned from the Panini YouTube video that I watched is that this process starts it starts for 2 years before the World Cup kicks off. So a lot of these players that are printed out don't make it. They might have been relevant at that time, but then they don't make the final cut. So that's why you see some players that were printed out like Malagon and didn't make the cut. Camilo Vargas plays for Atlas in Mexico. I know him very well. Colombian. Junior Alonso, Paraguay. Junior Alonso. Where am I, Paraguay? I'm just going to put it over here. Kennedy Paez from Ecuador. I'm like looking at these upside down and they look very similar, Rue. What is it with like, come on, man. That's hard to, very close. Hasafi, Iran. Guardiol, Manchester City, Croatia. Otro de Paraguay, Julio Asensio, Paraguay. And Jordan, we got Nisar Al-Rashdan. All right. I'm just going to open 10 packets today, and I'll open the other 10 in a future video. Because guess what? It's almost World Cup kickoff time for Saturday. Côte d'Ivoire, Ousmane Diomande. I learned from another video that the Ivory Coast asked FIFA for them to be called by their native name, so Cote d'Ivoire, and that should be used for like all the official tournaments and printing and all that, which I thought was cool. Jeremy Doku from Belgium. We have Bento from Brazil, goalkeeper. Brazil. Alex Paulson from New Zealand. New Zealand gave us a banger of a match. I think they played against Jordan, I want to say. The game that nobody really cared about, but it was really entertaining. Another South African, Oswin Apollos. Gabriel Malgais, Arsenal. Another Brazilian. And Teboho Mokena, South African. All right. So I think from this round, I want to say, well, we had 4 Brazilians. That's pretty good. And Scotsman, I think we had 1, 2. I think it's a tie between Scotland and Brazil. We had 4. Germany, we had 3, very close. Paraguay, we had a couple. Iran, we had a couple. Mexico, oh yeah, Mexico. We had Machine, Orbelin, and Malagon. All right. Ecuador, we had 3. Yeah, not bad, guys. I did get some duplicates. I want to say I did get some duplicates. But overall, not bad. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Again, we are a podcast focused on the Mexican national team and Liga MX. For the World Cup, we've been doing some reaction videos. We just uploaded one about the Mexico-Korea game. So if you want to catch that, it's on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcasts. And then we've been doing like weekend wrap-ups. So we'll probably have a video Sunday night. We'll probably record. Another cool thing about Cantina is we go live on Twitter Spaces. So every episode is live broadcasted, and any listener can join in, request to speak, and they can talk about the game. We also have a Discord server, so check us out. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.